From the live coverage at the Cablevision Band, and I am talking to Valerie Domick. Right, Valerie? I am talking to you, aren't I?
Yeah.
I was talking to you up at Zona.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying the fair?
Fun.
Fun. It is fun, isn't
it?
Okay, you're only 7 years old. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you like most about the fair today?
Funhouse.
Oh, the fun house. Folks, do be sure to come down and see that fun house. Valerie, you hop off my lap. Go this way. Go this way now. Take it easy. You're an old woman, you know. Okay, great. Thank you for being on our show. Okay, go out and find your mom. Terrific. Okay, I am here today with a very special guest. And before I introduce her, I just want to mention that today is a very special day at the fair. It's Singing in the Grain, and we'll get around to that a little later in the show. We have a very special feature at the sheep barn, but right now I want to introduce you to our very special guest, and her name is Josephine Andrews, and she is with the Wisconsin Council of the Blind. And Josephine, I'm going to hand you a microphone here. That's it. Okay. And she has her dog with her today, and her dog, what is that dog's name again?
Her name is C.
The dog's name is C. I hope that the camera person can focus on C down here. She's got a special harness on, and she is your dog, right?
Yes.
What does C mean?
That means friendly companion. That's a French word which means friendly companion.
All right. And you're out here at the fair with your friendly companion, and I think your daughter, and who else is out here with you?
Well, my daughter and her husband and their 3 children came to the fair today.
Okay, fine.
And they just happened to be here.
Okay.
They didn't come especially because I was here. In fact, my son-in-law came to be a part of the sheep shearing contest.
Oh. I didn't know about that. Before, I just want you to know, folks, that Josephine is a very funny lady. On the way over to her booth, I visited her at her booth earlier this evening, and I told her, well, it takes us about a minute to get over from our place to yours. And she said, well, what did you say?
I said, if it takes you a minute and a half, I could get there in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean it to be funny.
I don't know. She's a pretty good dog, but she really that good?
We're fast, C and I.
All right. I just wanted to share that with you. She's a really funny lady. Okay. When I was over at your booth, I saw a board full of paraphernalia for the hard of, how do you say that?
Visually impaired.
Visually impaired. Okay. Would you like to tell us about some of the things at your booth and why you're here at the fair and so forth?
Well, the board of which you were speaking has a display of various visual aids. There are magnifying devices, and there are aids to telling time, and we have available thermometers, calculators, and we have available writing devices, of course, and we're at the fair to demonstrate various things that the blind can do. After all, it's just a small sample of what the blind can do, but we're here to try to help educate the general public as to what the blind can do and as to the various things which are available for the visually handicapped. And I belong to the Wisconsin Council of the Blind, and that is made up of 19 blind people in the state of Wisconsin. And those people are chosen by various organizations for the blind in the state. And also there are 7 members at large, which are chosen mostly by the blind who may not belong to any organization. But there are 19 members who make up this Wisconsin Council of the Blind.
Representing all organizations then, many different organizations.
In the state.
In the
yes.
state, okay. I happen to know of one organization, it's the Badger Home for the Blind. Now they're represented then.
Yes, they're represented by 3 members.
Is that because they're larger or?
Well, yes, it is. It's because they're a large organization, and the Alumni Association of the Wisconsin School for the Visually Handicapped, they also have 3 members. And so does the Midwest Association for the Blind. They have 3 members. And then some other smaller organizations have 1 member each.
I see.
And then there are 7 members at large.
Reminds me of the Senate and the House a little bit or something like that.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Something like it.
All right. What projects do you undertake then in your council?
In the council, we work for favorable legislation for the blind, and we we work for to promote the welfare of the blind in general. We have a recreation committee which sponsors trips to plays and to various places throughout the state. And this recreation committee usually puts on at least 2 a year. They sponsor things which the council underwrites, and people, the blind of the state, pay a fee which probably would amount to about 1/3 of the actual cost.
I see. I wanted to find out from you, I guess our time is limited, okay? I wanted to find out where we could get more information. Now, I have a brochure here. This
Yes.
would be it, huh?
Yes. The Wisconsin Council of the Blind, 1245 East Washington Avenue, Madison, Wisconsin, 53703.
All right, that number should be appearing on our screen along with the phone number that they can call. And that is 608-255-1166.
Right.
Correct? How's
Right,
that?
right.
Okay, and I want to thank you for guesting on our show today, and I want to thank C. C, you're a good dog.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on our show. Stay here until we dissolve.
Oh, I see.
How long would you say it takes to do one sheet all finished per show? Hello there, I'm Lori Greco, and we're in the sheep barn, and we are here for the judging of the wool.
Yeah, Lori, I think we've probably got as big a class, at least from the standpoint of number of exhibitors, that we've had at the State Fair in a good many years, and probably one of the finest wool shows from the standpoint of quality that I've seen in a long time.
Excellent, and your name is Roger Harris, is that right?
Right.
And you are a judge of this particular event, which is the wool grading?
Well, it's the wool show. The quality of the fleeces are determined primarily on the basis of 3 steps: length of fiber, strength of fiber, and the cleanliness of the fleece. By that, we want want to get away from foreign matter, vegetable matter, manure, so forth. We want the fleeces to be clean.
All right, thank you. Now, you were in the process at this moment of sorting the fleece according to grades. Isn't that what you told me?
Right. I think it would be easier, possibly, if I could just show you the difference. I'll go from one end of the spectrum to the other.
Okay, Joe, you'll have to follow us on camera here, okay?
Here we have a fleece that is very long in fiber length, very strong. It's a medium type wool that is just ideal for hand spinners. This is what they want for hand spinning. If I can just move over here quickly and grab another strand of wool, this is a much coarser wool. It comes off an entirely different breed of sheep than did the medium. And this type of wool is what is used in rug making and so forth. Very strong, very durable. And if you'll notice all the crimps in the wool, the curls, that denotes the health of the wool.
I
A
see.
fleece that is nice and crimpy, nice and curly, indicates that it's very healthy wool.
Okay, thank you.
Now, if we could, I'll show you one more if I may.
Certainly. He's going to get one more kind of wool, and he'll bring it over here shortly. I'm going to have to ask him about the colors in that wool. I'm noticing different colors, and you're going to have to tell us about colors in the wool a little later, aren't you?
We'll do that. I just wanted to show you this staple of wool. Now this is very fine. By that I mean there are many more fibers per square inch than there were on either of the other two fleeces that I showed you. This is the type of wool that goes into hard horses like a good woman's suit or a good man's suit. So you've kind of seen the full range of grades, and of course the higher the grade or the finer the wool, the shorter the staple length. The coarser the wool, the longer the staple length gets.
I see.
Now this year also, for the second year at the State Fair, we have what they call a colored wool show, which opens up a whole nother spectrum of showing for the producer. We have colored fleeces, which are either dark black or black brown or variegations of brown, black, and white. And these are, with the advent of the return of the hand spinning, these fleeces are just ideal for the hand spinner, the gal at home that likes to knit her own hats or scarves or what have you. So,
Oh, that's interesting.
I think we have the largest colored wool show this year that we've ever had.
You used an expression with me before. You said that colored wool is like a drug on the market. Now, what do you mean by that?
By that I mean at the marketplace, at the mill level. Most of your white fleeces go into a specific end use. The colored wool is not raised in such large proportions whereby your top makers and your spinners will comb and card much of this wool. The problem being is once they comb or card the colored wool, then the entire apparatus, machinery, has to be broken down and totally cleaned, because if they were to follow carding or combing colored wool with white wool, it would contaminate the white wool fiber. And of course your colored wools will not take a pastel dye.
Okay. Well, this is very interesting. We'll let you get on with your work. This has been Lori Greco at the Sheep Barn. Well, hello. We're back at the State Fair Park in our booth here, and I am about to interview another young lady, but at the moment I want to just mention that that was a taped interview with Roger Harris over at the Sheep Barn, and we're very grateful to him. We had a wonderful time doing that piece. Now I'd like to introduce my next guest, Llewellyn Roloff. Is that correct, Llewellyn? And you are the superintendent of
the horticulture department for the State Fair.
Okay, and if I could get you to hold this up.
The horticulture department for the State Fair.
All right, terrific. And you were telling me before all that's involved in that. You said that the florists show things over there
Yes,
in
they
the flower
occupy
building.
about a half of the building, but we all carry out the same theme. And this year the theme is Circus Carnival Times, and they got the greatest show on earth, which is relevant to it. And they give me their plans, and earlier in the year, the way they like the floor plan to be, and we execute that so that they're ready to come in and do their thing.
I see. That involves a lot of work on not only your part, but I think many people. You're coordinating a great big flower show over there is what you're doing.
It's a great big show, and then we have the amateur show in the back. And we have about over 100 amateurs that do it, and several societies, the Rose Society and the Cactus Society comes in on
And
it.
they actually have a showcase too, huh?
Yes, they do. Each
Oh.
one has their own individual place and spot.
Okay. How long does it take to put that show together, Llewellyn?
We work about 3 weeks ahead of the show, and then in the wintertime I do the schedule work and things like that. So it's a long preparation.
I believe it. What is involved? What are the categories over there?
Well, as I say, the Forest Division. Then in our category we have Cactus, the society comes in, the Rose Society comes in, the Bonsai Society comes in, and then we have an artistic division, and we have glads and dahlias and amateur horticulturists, so we have really the gamut of everybody who's interested in floral work.
And now, what kind of people do you have working under you then? Do you have experts in different fields?
Well, I
or?
have an assistant. No, I'm supposed to be the one who does the expertise.
You're it.
Yeah. And I brought along today a dahlia that was grown by Roger Stevens, and it's called Majestic Kirkcaldy, and it's the most perfect BB size of the first show. And BB size means that it's from 4 to 6 inches in dimension. And it's a cactus-style dahlia, any color that was the category. And this one we had an
Just a
accident.
minute, please. Is our camera able to pick that up all right? Okay, all right. It looks like he is. All right.
We had an accident coming over.
Oh.
This is the champion
Oh.
3-spike.
Shame.
Yeah, well, it's all right. It's going out of the show tomorrow anyway. This is the champion 3-spike named Bluebird of the Gladsoe, the small variety. And you see that would have been all of this height.
Are you saying that that's one plant?
That's one flower.
One
This
flower?
is one stalk, yes.
Bobby, all right.
Yeah, and that's why it's champion. It's excellent. And this, of course, would have been the same length. It's shriveled a little bit on the way coming over.
I see. Well, at
That
least
was
it didn't
good.
have to go through the
No,
rain.
That was grown by Dennis Winters of Menominee Falls.
I see. Okay, okay. Did you give the name of the dahlia there?
Yes. Majestic Kirkcaldy.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know if it's a Scotch origin. Kirkcaldy spelled for it.
Oh, okay.
Sounds better.
K-
Scotch.
all right.
Kerkrade.
Wow.
Majestic.
Take your word for it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just wanted to ask, are you already planning for the next fair?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. I can't imagine.
No, we aren't finished with one when we're planning the other one.
Oh, really?
We have the theme picked out. Well, it's to give everybody an opportunity to work towards that theme for next year.
That you have a theme picked out.
Oh, yes.
We've got a scoop here. We're coming live from
Well,
State
it's
Fair
going to
Park.
be children's stories.
Oh, good.
Next
Children's
year.
stories.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. We have about 1 minute left in this segment, I believe, and just enough time for me to give you a hearty thank you
You're welcome.
for coming and for doing such a wonderful job with the flowers here.
Thank you,
at
and I
the
want to
park.
invite everybody to come to the flower building.
Thank you again. And if you'll just stay here a moment, please, while I introduce the next segment here. From here, we're going to some wonderful folk dancing. Folks, if you haven't been to the fair and haven't seen the folk dancing in this Milwaukee area, we're so fortunate. And we have folk dancing here frequently. I think it's every day. And today's tape was of some Spanish, Russian, and Polish folk dancing.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 1984 Wisconsin State Fair. And it's your first day here. Are you enjoying it? Have you all been having a lot of fun? I know it's a little bit hot out there, but I'm sure you're enjoying it. There's a lot to see here. And here at our International Amphitheater stage, we want to show you a little bit more. And while you're relaxing, sitting out there, enjoying your drinks and your food, well, we'd like to take you on a few travels this afternoon to show you how other people enjoy themselves at various festivals throughout the year, or even after a day's work in the field or in the factory. They like to bring their music out in their costumes and their dance, and it's a form of relaxation for them. And here, it's no different. So we'd like to leave our shores here and travel to Europe to show you how they do it there. And before we reach the mainland, we stop off at one of the islands there, to Scotland, to bring you the Caledonian Scottish dancers. They bring us 3 selections at this time. The Strong Spey and Reel of Tulloch, Will's Out Goes to the Barracks Gunny, and Chain Cruise. And they're assisted on a bagpipe this afternoon by Katarina Hill, the Scottish Caledonian dancers. To the vast area of Russia to bring you Kafka's Russian dancers. They bring us 2 selections at this time. Sarita Polish Folk Dance Ensemble.
apologize to those lovely Scottish dancers for calling them Spanish dancers. I am sorry. Next to me, we have Dina Domick, related by blood to Valerie Domick. Dina, rather. What did you like about the fair today?
I think my favorite thing about the fair was the floppy-eared bunny rabbit.
Okay, did you get sick on any food, anything?
Nope.
Wonderful. We're glad to have you here today. Thank you, Dina. And I want to now ask you to observe our next tape, which is about the wonderful parades that we have here.